it's Alyssa here, and I'm a junior at Vanderbilt, double majoring in secondary education and English with a minor in Italian. With everything going online, I thought I would show you all 3 virtual ways to organize your semester and your 4 years of college. The 3 documents I'm going to be going over with you today are 1, a weekly semester schedule, 2, a semester assignment sheet, and 3, a 4-year plan. So if any of those sound interesting to you, please keep on watching and let's get into it.
So we're starting off with the weekly semester schedule. Yes, this might look a little overwhelming, but I am the type of person that needs to plan out everything I do, including what times I eat and work out. So this was my schedule from this past spring. And as you can see, it's quite colorful because I color code everything based on what type of activity it is. So I made this in pages, and the reason I did that was because my school actually gives me this calendar that you see here with the Monday through Sunday and the 7 to 7, and that's actually what already had my classes in it, so I didn't have to do any work to put those in. So I just decided to screenshot that from my school's website and then added in all these little boxes. However, even if my school didn't give me that screenshot, I probably would have done this anyway because I really do work well with visuals. However, you can definitely make this in spreadsheets or Excel or something of that nature if that's more your style. But I'm just going to show you how I did it really quick. So I'm going to take this rehearsal box and just copy and paste it since it's already in the formatting I want. And I'd say maybe I'll add another block of work. So I'd go over here, obviously change the color of it to match the other colors of work, and then just put work on in there. So pretty easy and self-explanatory in that way. And in order to get the 8 through 11, I just ended up adding a new table because it stops at 7 p.m. in the picture I took. So just added that to the bottom as its own separate image, and then just overlaid these boxes on top of it. So really simple, but a really, really good visual to just keep your week in order, especially when you're looking to plan things. You can really see where your big blocks of free time are, and you can also see that maybe you're doing just a little too much and need to cancel some activities. So that is the weekly semester schedule breakdown. Moving on to the semester assignment sheet. As you can see, this is titled S20, as in this is also from the past spring semester. And not least is the 4-year plan in all capital letters. That is because this is so important and probably the document in which I use the most. So I'll be spending the most time talking about this one. So this is the only one that I have actually put in Google. I would probably recommend putting the other 2 in Google just so they're all in the same place, and I know a lot of people use Google Docs and Google Spreadsheets for class, so maybe having all that together and even putting it in a folder, but I just put it in a folder on my desktop. Whatever works for you, whatever you're comfortable with, go for that. So as you can see, this one is definitely the prettiest out of the 3, and that is because I just look at it so much, so it needs to be pretty for me personally. But pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. 1st year, 2nd year, 3rd year, and my 4th year. And then you could see that the columns just go by semesters up here. If you're wondering what all these crazy colors are, it's because I am a double major, and then I go to a liberal arts school, so I also have that liberal arts curriculum, and then I also have a minor. So you can see that my education classes are in pink, my liberal arts requirements are in purple, my minor is in green, and my other major is in blue, which is English. So I put in the colors after I've completed the class. That just helps me personally if you want to color code it all, because that's easier for you to see whatever floats your boat. But that is why I have all of these columns over here in white. Even though I already know what classes I'm going to take, I haven't really officially signed up for any, and I haven't finished them yet, so I've left them in white. So that's kind of the first half, pretty self-explanatory on this front. But then you get down to this semester. Oh, there's also the hours that I'm taking every semester just to make sure I graduate on time. And then we get down to this semester. So this is a little bit more personal, so you all won't exactly need this or have this, but for everything that I needed, so for my liberal education core, my secondary ed major, student and teaching, I thought about a theater minor, but it didn't happen. But anyway, I that's important to say because I put that in here just to ponder it. I could definitely be deleting that by now because it is definitely not happening. However, it's a great tool, especially doing things virtually. You have the freedom to add things and delete things and mess around with things without it being permanent. I know that pencils exist and erasers exist, but I just like the cleanliness of something being virtual and being able to be easily deleted. So that was just me calculating how many hours I needed for everything to see if I could possibly add that other minor and just to see how many hours I would need to complete per semester. It did not happen because I was not looking to take 18 hours every semester. Anyway, this last thing is probably the most important for me and definitely something you don't need, but as you can see, the colors that are coordinating to each of these, so my education, my English, are the same that I use for the colors up here. So again, color coordination is a huge thing, helps me personally because I'm very visually oriented, but if it's something you don't need to, obviously you don't necessarily need it. But this is all the classes that I needed to take for my specific majors and minors. Some are obviously a lot more explicit than others, like my education classes are laid out for me, while my Italian, I just have to do some core classes and some electives, and it can be whatever I so choose. So again, this was just an easy way for me to lay out what I needed, what I had done, what I had already gotten credit for from high school, and just to see if it was possible to do all the things that I needed to do and graduate on time. Obviously, you can see theater is still in here. I think I still have a dream that I will make that work, but I will not be doing that. So again, feel free to play around with this. You can add things that you're not even sure about, and then feel free to delete them later. But yes, that is what this overall document looks like. I highly, highly, highly recommend you to invest in this right now. Even if you're unsure of what you want to do, it's great to plan. I mean, I think especially if you're undecided, it's great to just play around with this and see how your semesters will look and just see if everything will work out and you'll be able to graduate on time and all of that. Also, your counselors, advisors, whoever would love this. Makes their life a whole heck of a lot easier to help you plan classes and plan out your future. Also helps if you're planning on studying abroad, doing research just to find those gaps in the schedule in which you could fit it in. So I don't want to ramble too much, but yeah, that is my 4-year plan.
Well, I think that's it. Thank you all so much for joining me today, and I hope you learned something that will help you organize your next semester of college so we can all kill it for this upcoming spring. If you do anything that I didn't mention that you want to drop in the comments, that would be fantastic. I know we're all going through a really crazy time right now, so it'd be great if we can look out for one another and provide ways to help each other succeed. So that's it from me. Again, hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to follow Niche for more content like this, and feel free to DM us if you have any questions about this video, about organization, or just about college in general, and we'll get right to answering them. So again, thank you all for joining me so much, and hope to see you next time. Bye y'all!